Who's excited about more finance? I know I am. So let's get to it. When we look at the income stream of a business financially, there's risks to that income stream. That risk can come from the business itself, mostly outside of it in terms of the list that you see here, right? The economy, the business cycle, and competition. Things that people never would have thought of putting on here are things like a pandemic. But those are huge risks, right? Those are kind of the black swan events that people don't think will ever happen, but they happen more regularly than you would expect. So the economy can go badly. That can affect our business. Right? The business cycle, same sort of thing. We've overexpanded. Now we have to contract. Competition. All of these things are external kind of risks to our income stream. So as they can come and go, we want to check what our operating risk is. What risks are we associated internally? What does that look like? How have we structured ourselves internally? And what risk does that take on? And then we can talk about our capital structure risk. This is how did we finance the business? And what risk does that bring on? So let's take a look at our operating risk. When we talk about operating risk, we're talking about essentially the operating income, if you will, on the income statement. What can affect that income stream? Well, the greater the fixed cost, the greater the risk. Oh, let's stop and think for a second about that. Why would greater fixed cost give us bigger risk, right? We have fewer people or fewer variable costs. You'd think that would be more risk. But no, the reason is if you have high fixed cost, if your sales go down, you may not be making enough sales to cover those fixed costs. The contribution margin of what you're selling may not be sufficient in lower volumes to cover your fixed costs. If you have higher variable costs, well, then if you're not selling as much, you're also not having as many costs. Your costs go down, right? If your cost of goods are going down, as well as the sales, okay. But if your sales go down and your cost of goods go down only a little bit, ouch, it affects everybody else in the business. So we're going to talk about that. That's our operating cost structure, our operating risk. Well, how do you have control over operating cost structure? Well, you have control in the way you design your business, the way you do your operations and your layout. The more you automate, the higher your fixed costs are, for example. Now, how do we analyze that? Hopefully you had this in other classes, but let's review it here. And that's break-even analysis. And if you look at this chart, and here's the costs that we have, the expenditures that we're having, and this is the number of units that we sell. We have fixed costs. These costs stay the same. No matter how many units we sell, we have these fixed costs. It's the cost of the building, it's the rent, it's the electricity, it's the depreciation on the building, on the building or our equipment. Those are high fixed costs, or not. And then as we sell products, we have variable costs. This is our cost of goods going up. As the more we sell, the more it costs us. So you can think of this, for example, we're making t-shirts. This is our cost of our t-shirt machine and the rent we're paying. And every time we sell a t-shirt, well, we got to buy the t-shirt. We have to pay somebody to print to print on it. We have to package it. And so we have costs, and every time we sell stuff. So if we add these variable costs to the fixed costs, we get our total costs. Looks like that. Well, now we know our costs. What about our revenue? I'm going to try and draw this freehand with my left hand. We'll see how well this goes. Well, if we don't sell anything, we make no money. So now this is just total dollars. It's not going to be just our fixed costs, not just our costs. So if we sell nothing, we make no money. But as we sell stuff, we make revenue. And our sales go up. The more we sell, the more money. This is our income. And at some point right here, our revenues start to exceed our total costs. So in this area here, oh, am I an artist or what? We're making profits. Down here, we're losing money. Okay? So this is loss. This is profits. Here, we call this point right here where this crosses, and that should be a nice straight line, is our break-even point. What we mean by that is, if I sell this many units, if I sell more than that unit, I make a profit. If I sell less than that number of units, I don't make a profit. Let me quickly get rid of this before somebody actually sees that. All right, break-even analysis. So let's calculate that. So the break-even, P stands for point, I'm fairly sure. Break-even point for units is our total fixed costs divided by our unit sales price minus the unit variable cost. This is the contribution margin on each product. Think of it as the price minus the cost of goods on a per unit basis. The break-even point in dollars is our total fixed cost divided by this contribution margin as a percentage. There's actually an easier way to calculate this in terms of dollars. You can calculate the units and then just multiply it by the price. And that will give you how much you have to sell in order to break even. Right? Take this, multiply by the price, and you get the break even in terms of dollars. All right. Well, here's an example. You're getting in the t-shirt business. T-shirts cost you $9 each. You figure you can print your message for $1 each. Okay, that's my variable cost now, right? This is my price, unit sales price. This is my variable cost. My fixed cost is $200. How many t-shirts do I have to sell? If I can price them at 20, how many do I have to sell in order to break even in terms of units? Well, pause this for a second and then give it a thought and then let's try it. Okay, I'm sure nobody paused it, so I'm just going to keep going. Our total fixed costs are $200. Oops, let's do this. Are $200. Boy, my penmanship is bad enough, much less doing it like this. $200, not too shabby. Divided by my sales price, I can sell them for $20 minus what's my cost for each shirt? Well, it's $1 plus the $9 for the plain shirt, so minus $10. So I have 200. I have to recover $200. And I subtract this, I get $10. I have to sell 20 t-shirts. Kind of makes sense, right? I need to recover $200. On each t-shirt, I make $10. Make, not on a contribution margin, I make $10. So therefore, I have to sell 20 t-shirts. What's my break even in dollars? Well, let's just multiply this 20 times $20 for the price. It's $400. You can put it in this formula if you want, but it comes out, I said $400, 400 t-shirts. No, yeah, dollars, $400. So you can put in this formula and you'll come out with the same number. So if I have to break even at 20 units, then I need to sell those 20 at $20 each, $400. Where does break-even analysis come in? Why is that important? It gives you an idea. It gives you an estimate of the risk you're taking. Remember, we're talking about operating risk. I calculate 20 t-shirts. Do I think I can sell 20? Do I think I can sell 19? Maybe I shouldn't get into this. If I can sell 21, well, I'll probably make a profit, but it's not that good. If I think I can sell 100 t-shirts and my break even is 20, go for it. So it's a way we can measure the operating risk that the business has.